எக்ஸ்ட்ரோவர்ட்ஸ், இவங்கெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரோவர்ட், அதனால தான் மேலே வந்துட்டாங்க. என்ன நடக்க போகுதுன்னு தெரியல, தெரியும் தலையை கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, வந்து உள்ள உட்கார வச்சு. நவ் ஐ எம் an employer, sir. Emotional quotient important இல்லையா? Obviously I'll go only for E only I'll be going. Because when you go in the navigating, while you are navigating in the markets and all that stuff, when you get married, you go to another place, is that right? இப்போ பையனுமே சேர்ந்து இன்னொரு வீட்டுக்கு தான் போறாங்க, கரெக்டா? You should get adapted to that house, is that right? To be successful. When I go to an organization, is that right? I need to get adapted to that organization, is that right? They have a culture. So I have 5 volunteers here, okay? I don't want their names and all. So what I will do is, I'll give the names as A, B, C, D, E, right? Very simple. So he is A, Mr. A, அப்படி வச்சுக்கலாம், ஓகேவா? அப்போ this should be what? B. This should be C. This should be அவங்க E. Okay, there are 5 volunteers are there. Now I'm going to give an attribute. You tell me whom I should be hiring. So Mr. A, his academic skill is he got 90 in all the subjects. Mr. B has got 85. எவ்வளவு? 85 in all the subjects and he is coming for interview. Mr. C has got how much? 80. 80 in all the subjects. Mr. D 75. Miss E என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க? 50. இல்ல என்ன ஏன்டா அப்படி பண்ற? எவ்வளவு? 17 வச்சுக்கலாம். Okay? 70. Now I am the employer and I am looking at the academic scorecard. இப்போ நான் யாரை செலக்ட் பண்ணணும்? ஹலோ, கொஞ்சம் நியாயமா பாருங்க. At this point in time I am stepping into a college. எவ்வளவு மார்க் வாங்கிருக்கீங்க? 90 எல்லாத்துலயுமே 90. அவங்க எவ்வளவு வாங்கிருக்காங்க எல்லாத்துலயும்? How much? 75. This I call it as IQ. IQ னா என்னதுமா? Intelligent quotient, correct? That is shown in your records. Whom should I select? Sir, நியாயமா பேசணும். A தான கரெக்ட்டா? I should select only Mr. A. Now what happens is that is normal person, is that right? Normal person I will select A. Now there is a small twist is coming. The twist is I am giving a situation where people are getting angry. How do you measure that quotient of angriness and all? EQ. It's called emotional quotient. In emotional quotient, Miss E is getting 90. என்னது? 90. Very balanced. அழலாம் மாட்டாங்க, நீங்க என்ன சொன்னாலும் அப்படியே இருப்பாங்க, எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்லாம் கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. 90. மிஸ்டர் டி வந்து எவ்வளவு? 85. மிஸ்டர் சி வந்து 80. 75. இப்போ இவர் வந்து 70 அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். Now as an employer, whom should I select? Now I am an employer, sir. Emotional quotient important இல்லையா? Obviously I'll go only for E only I'll be going. Because when you go in the navigating, while you are navigating in the markets and all that stuff, யாராவது ஒருத்தவங்களை கட் பண்ணி போவாங்க, கரெக்டா? Is that right? Somebody will say something in the road, all that stuff, is that right? So what is more important in life is called as emotional quotient. Now I'll bring a third dimension to the category. The third dimension to the category is called as, there are 2 sets of people are there. One is called extrovert. What is the other one is called? Introvert. What is extrovert and what is introvert? Extroverts, இவங்கெல்லாம் extrovert, அதனால தான் மேலே வந்துட்டாங்க. என்ன நடக்க போகுதுன்னு தெரியல, தெரியும் தலையை கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, வந்து உள்ள உட்கார வச்சு. இன்ட்ரோவர்ட்னா என்னது? ரிசர்வ்டு பீப்புள். அப்படியே என்ன நடந்தாலும் அப்படியே இருக்கட்டும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. நான் மிஸ்டர் ஏ ஓட சோஷியல் கோஷன்ட் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா இட்ஸ் ஒன்லி 70. மிஸ்டர் பி இது வந்து 75. சி வந்து 80. இப்போ வந்து டி வந்து 60. மேடம் வந்து 50 அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். So whom should I give the employment to now? C கொடுங்கம்மா. Because in an organization, what is more important? It's not only managing your knowledge, it is not managing your emotions, it is also managing your, correct? You need to talk to people, right? So we'll extend this. நல்லா இருக்கா கேம்? இப்போதைக்கே மாத்திக்கிட்டே இருக்குமா? இப்போ இன்னும் 2 இது மாத்தலாம். Now all the 5 are working. Same organization, they all got employed, they are all working. Now there is a quotient called AQ. You know what is IQ? What is IQ? What is EQ? Emotional quotient. What is SQ? Now I'm going to introduce one more quotient. That is the most important thing. What is meant by AQ? கொஞ்சம் கவனிக்கலாம். Let's wait. மைக் கொடுத்து மைக் fast. A is attitude. கொடுத்துடலாமா? ஒரு தடவை கொடுத்துடலாம். பட் ஆனால் AQக்கு நான் 2-3 டெஃபினிஷன் வச்சிருக்கேன். What is AQ? சொல்றா. Just give that's the right answer. Big hands for him. AQ is called as adaptability quotient. When you get married, you go to another place, is that right? இப்போ பையனுமே சேர்ந்து இன்னொரு வீட்டுக்கு தான் போறாங்க, கரெக்டா? You should get adapted to that house, is that right? To be successful. When I go to an organization, is that right? I need to get adapted to that organization, is that right? They have a culture. Because I worked in an organization, which organization I worked? TCS. So I worked for TCS for 16 long years. So that means I should get adapted to that organization. When it comes to adaptability quotient, he is getting 60, he is getting 95, he is getting 80. You chose C, but he is getting 95, he is getting 70, she is getting 85. Whom should I give the job to? இவர் தான், நான் தான் இவருக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கேன். I gave to him adaptability quotientல நிறைய இவருக்கு கொடுத்தேன். Now what happens is, what is more important now? Is it your intelligent quotient is very important, or is your emotional quotient is very important, or social quotient is very important, or adaptability quotient? So I can say A has kind of 3 types of quotient, okay? One is called attitude. Your attitude is matter. At the end of the day, what matters is attitude. The last one that I am going to talk about is called as FQ. What is FQ? Anybody knows the answer? Relevant for the topic. Anybody knows the answer? Correct. எல்லாரும் கொடுக்க முடியாது. FQ stands for financial quotient. When you talk about IQ in today's topic, I am talking about something called as markets and financial markets. It is not important that, like, how many terminologies I know and all that stuff. That you can always learn. So what is very, very important is, while you are driving, like, you may have kind of stumbling blocks and all that stuff. Even in markets also, what will happen is, the markets can go up and markets can go down. So what were you doing when COVID was there? 5 years before, what you were doing at that point in time? 10th, 12th? 12th. So you didn't go to school, is that right? For 1 or 2 months. First year college, online, full, is that right? What happens is, there will be a lot of emotions that will be happening. There will be some roadblocks will also be there. Markets also went down during that particular point in time. So what is very, very important is how we are going to manage during emotions. That is also very, very important. The last one is called ecosystem. Nobody thought, like, who is going to be the US president. After the US president came, so many changes are happening at this point in time. So that means what happens, social quotient is also becoming very, very important. The other kind of quotient that I will be talking about is called as adversity quotient. For example, TCS, like, last week we did a interview on TCS, like, why 12,000 people are going to be sacked. The 12,000 people will undergo a huge challenge. What is the challenge? It's called adversity. How you behave during adversities. That's what is very, very important, because these things are beyond your control. The last one that I'm going to talk about is called as financial quotient. So if you want to navigate very, very successfully in life, what is very, very important is, all these 5 quotients are very, very important. And this you can also extrapolate to your financial and family life also. Family, that is also you can extend it. Sometimes you get attracted to a person by looks, is that right? But after 20 years, things will change. So you ensure that, like, you have a kind of balanced kind of, like, AQ, EQ and SQ are very, very important when it comes to selecting your employer, and how the employer also selects you.